Zach Sang and the gang right now hanging out in the studio. The one, the only, Hilary Duff.
Hello.
Hello. How are ya?
I'm good.
How was your day today? What was your day like?
Oh my gosh. I dropped my child off at school this morning.
Ooh.
So I was get up, get dressed, pack the lunch, feed the kid, get to school. I had a meeting midday. I had a workout.
Very nice.
And I came to you.
Now, what kind
Been
of
a good day.
What kind of mom are you at school when you drop Luca off? Like, I'm assuming you're the cool mom, right?
Well, a lot of the moms are cool, to be honest.
Okay.
I don't know exactly what you mean. It's a slight transition right now because he just got into a new class, so he's like staying a little bit longer. He has like two new teachers.
Got it.
But he's done good, so I'm kind of I try to just go off of him. Like, you see a lot of parents still having to sit in the classroom because their kids are like having full-blown panic attacks that their parents are leaving.
Preschool age. Yeah.
And it depends. Like, some days Luca's like, I don't like school. I don't like it. And I'm like, you do like it. Or I try to not say that. I'm like, no, like, school is so fun. He's like, I don't like it. I'm like, okay, well, you have to go. And I'll see you at 2. Like, that's what it is.
So
know?
Is he doing a full day at school?
Not a full day. Like,
Close.
he does only 3 days a week, and he goes from like 8:30 until 1:30 one day, and then another day, like 2 days a week, I did after school because it's like sports and science and
killing it.
I'm just full blown mom over here.
Yeah, my thing is like right now.
I swear I have a real job too, but
my thing is like, how do you do both? Because right now you're in full mode and relaunching your entire music career.
Yeah.
By the way, incredible album, great single. You know, Breathe In, Breathe Out. The first single, Sparks. I mean, you're doing everything, and obviously you're still raising your son. Challenging at times?
Oh, yeah. But I think any mom would tell you that it's challenging even if they didn't have a job.
Of course.
I think I get a break, actually, because I do have a job.
Yeah.
So there's a balance, and it is hard. Like, I miss a lot, but I know, like, I've been working since I was 11.
Yeah.
So that's a big part of who I am, and I think that if I didn't have that, I would just be lost, you know? So it feels good. I feel so lucky to be where I am now and actually have, like, put out my record that I was like, can I do this? Can this happen? Like, plenty of other people, like women in the music industry, have children and have, like, figured it out. But it is like you have to learn how to, like, separate and compartmentalize your brain a little bit, you know?
And this is such a special album, such a special launch with RCA, because you mentioned you've been working since you were 11.
Yeah.
Is that crazy for you to really think about that you've been working in this industry for that long? I mean, that's insane.
It honestly doesn't even feel like my past sometimes doesn't even feel like a part of my life anymore.
Really?
Like, it was just such a crazy ride at such a young age.
Yeah.
And then moving into, like, a really important time, which was, like, me kind of becoming an adult at, like, 18. Still being, you know, I basically was on tour for, like, 4 years. So that was crazy. It was just all such a blur, but so many big, like, epic things happened to me. And then I kind of was like, I'm shutting that all down because, like, I need a break. I don't know who I am. I don't know what I want. Like, it was just really important. And so getting back in it now, it's like a totally different game, and I'm a totally different person. So I think I'm trying to enjoy it more, but I'm nervous too. It's like, this isn't, like, there's muscle memory in there from the past, but it's also new, you know?
I mean, you look...
And what's important is such a shift from me now.
What was important for you...
Work,
when you were doing this before.
Work,
and now it's work and family and then work.
Yeah, it's totally shifted.
Different dynamic.
Yeah.
Like, going back into it, doing an album, doing a single, what goes through your mind before you officially make that decision? Because let's be real. I mean, you have such an incredible legacy. You've accomplished so much. I mean, is there nerves getting back into it?
Oh my gosh. Yeah, for sure. I think, you know, the record took about 2 years to make, and it was just like I found myself starting to write again, and I think a lot of personal things initiated that, you know, just needing that, like, outlet. And
therapeutic a little bit.
It was for sure, and just, you know, finding a piece of my old self and discovering what that was now, you know. It was like okay, but do I have time? Can I actually do this? Like, I can't dedicate myself to it like I used to. So it's scary, you know, like I don't want to fail, but I also don't have the pressure of like having to be on top anymore because I just want to do it to satisfy myself. And I obviously want good reviews and I want people to like my stuff, but I think my perspective is just a little different. And I feel like proud to be where I am still have people buying my record and you know, caring, I guess.
I think what you're doing right now and what just came out of your mouth was so incredible because you're doing the stress and the pressure that people who are younger in the industry, especially, you know, who are in your shoes or who are in your shoes now, the pressure on them every day to succeed so much. And now you're doing it on your terms for the first time really ever, right? You're calling the shots with this a little bit.
Yeah. I mean, I still answer to everyone. Everyone has a boss, right?
Of course.
But I guess, you know, at the end of the day, it's my choice. And it was back then, too. But I think being in it from such a young age, you're like, yeah, I want that. Yeah, I will spread myself so thin to get, you know what I mean? Like, it just, and I will, too, now. But, but I do have a different, like, a bigger purpose in my life, you know?
Yeah.
And so it makes me a little bit like, well, F it. I don't, sorry. If it didn't turn out the way, like, that was expected or whatever. And obviously, like, the part of myself that's been trained working for Disney as a child, like wants to like conquer all, but like, you know, if I don't, I don't. Like I just have a different thing.
How often do you look back on those moments in your life, right? When you were first starting Lizzie and you're, you know, releasing
I think I'm
your
constantly reminded about it, you know?
Does that suck to be constantly reminded about it?
No. I mean, I think for a while when I was around like 16 to like 21.
Yeah.
I was like, if someone calls me Lizzie one more time, like I'm gonna backhand them. That's what it is, you know?
Of course.
But now I think I'm just like at such peace with it, and I look back and I'm like, I worked really hard on that, and that was such a big part of who I was. Like that character was me. I wasn't acting like that. You know what I mean? Like the writers would be like, "What's happening with you and your friends? What are you wearing right now?" Like I picked all my own clothes.
So fun.
It was we had so much in common, I would say, that like whatever.
And that's what made the show so real, man.
Well, I think it also, I'm grateful for the fan base that it gave me. Like people have stuck with me for so long because that show touched them for whatever reason, you know?
Lizzie taught me so much about life and school and parents and navigating it all. Like, it was phenomenal.
And
like,
Rome.
Dude, and Rome.
City of Rome.
Oh, my God. I can't.
You know what was really cool, actually, was for, like, my record release week was in New York, and I did a signing at a mall, and everyone that was there was, like, from 20 to 30.
Okay.
Like of maybe a little bit younger and a little old, like give or take or whatever. But so many people, everyone there was like, you don't understand. Like, I love this record. This is your best record yet. But like, you were my first concert. Or like, I went to Rome with my girlfriends hoping to like get on the back of a scooter with a boy. Like, you know, like I get to hear awesome
That's what everyone
things.
wants.
Yeah. So, you know, it's all full circle now. And I'm like, oh, thanks. You know, thanks for still like sticking around.
Insane to think about the fact that all those long hours that you put in on set, like all of that hard work you put in, it really touched people. I mean, it changed some people's lives, you know? It gave some people a purpose. It taught people how to navigate life. Is it insane to think about that sort of project, that sort of show, that work that you did can go on and live for this long and touch so many people? Did you ever think that it would?
Oh my gosh. No, I mean, no, I was too young to kind of like fathom that kind of thing, I think. And I had totally quit acting. I had moved back to Texas, and I had been on a show for ABC, and I had been replaced after the pilot. Like the show got picked up, and then they replaced me, and they replaced me with like twins. Ooh. So like they could work the twins more hours.
Makes sense.
You know?
Yeah.
But it makes sense to you. But if you were like 11 and you got
the worst
fired,
feeling in the world.
you're like, they hated me. I suck. Whatever. Yeah. Like it's so awful. So I was like, Mom, I want to go home and be like a normal kid. And so I went back. My mom's like, okay, well, I have to stay with your sister because she's filming a movie. But if you want to go be with Dad, like whatever. So I went back home, and then Disney kept calling me because I had auditioned for a million things for them before. And they're like, we think she's perfect for this. And I was like, I'm not coming. Like, no, I don't want to. I'm done. And then they offered to send me a plane ticket. And then I was like, a free trip to go see my friends in LA? Hell yeah. And I did. And then I went and I like totally blew my audition. I didn't know any of my lines. And the casting director was like, you're not prepared for this. Like, come back when you're prepared. And I was like,
scary.
Yeah. I was like, okay. And then I came back prepared and I got it. So I was like, I think my hopes, like I didn't want to get my hopes up. And
yeah,
then
of course.
all of a sudden one day, like I would try to go to the mall with my friends once the show came out. And I was like hiding in a bathroom stall because I was like, mobbed by people.
It's frightening, scary, a mix of emotions, right? I mean, when you're that young, experiencing it for the first time.
I think the first time someone asked me for my autograph, by the way, I'm just like a nice little girl from Texas. The first time someone asked me for my autograph, I asked them for theirs too, and they were like, why?
That's awesome.
What's wrong with this girl? She's weird.
Yeah.
She's a weirdo.
To be honest, if you happened to ask me that, I'd probably have given you one. You know what I mean? Just because.
I think the kid did, but they were kind of like looking at me like,
Are you
okay.
sure? Yeah.
All right, let's talk about your new album, Breathe In, Breathe Out. First of all, congratulations on the success. Already making Billboard 200, coming into the top 5. Huge success for the album already. Sparks is a great single. The album, who's writing it? Are you writing with people? Is this mostly you? Tell me about the creative process behind it.
It's about half and half.
Okay.
I mean, I'm like, I need to see the list, but I like Tove Lo wrote my single, which is awesome.
Ooh,
and
I love her.
Me too.
She's, by the way, she sat in that chair in the studio. She is such a badass chick.
Yeah, for sure.
Love her.
Yeah, me too. I got to work with her in Sweden, actually. And that was a cool experience because I started making my record and I was writing everything, co-writing with people, but really like writing everything. And it was very therapeutic for me.
Yeah.
And then I was kind of like, I'm just like, it's not totally right yet, you know? And I decided to take a TV show, which scared the shit out of me because I had to move to New York and I had like a 2-year-old just starting school. But it was like one of those great things where you're like, I needed to just like flip everything upside down and go do this.
But also, by the way, another success going on season 2 on TV Land. I mean, dude, these major changes you're making are working out.
Oh, well, I still have my fingers crossed over here, like every day. Pray for it to be a good one. But it is good, and I love being on the show. Anyway, taking that break from the record, I think, and then getting back to it after like Christmas really like breathed the life that it needed into it. So I took a trip to Sweden and I worked with Tove on 2 songs, and that was cool. And she's tough, like she's a badass, and
yes,
you know, I love that. She's like unapologetic, and that's rad.
Give 0 fucks.
Yeah.
Literally, that's her entire vibe. That's how she comes off. That's who she is.
Yeah.
But
like,
she's
really sweet and
that's
kind.
it. Like,
yeah.
see, you know she does
you're not
give
like
fucks.
you're not like, okay, you're just too cool for school over there.
Exactly.
Like, you're actually kind and you give 0 fucks. Yeah.
And that's it. Like, she's like a human, but gives 0 fucks. Not like an asshole.
Yeah.
I mean,
so that happened. And then a lot of the songs I wrote, and I worked with like Matthew Koma on some of the tracks.
he's so talented too.
He's amazing. He's really amazing. Yeah, I loved working with him. He's so funny, and just like a freak of talent.
Yeah.
You're just like, how do you? I don't understand it.
He plays a guitar, right?
He plays a little bit of everything.
He's one of those, but he had a huge single out that was such a smash. It's blanking on my mind, but I loved it.
He like co-wrote Clarity.
That's right. Okay.
Yeah, and a bunch. I mean, so many other songs I think you would know. But
Yeah.
he's great. So that was cool, and it kind of like added like a little EDM vibe to my record. And then who else? I did a song with Ed Sheeran, which was cool. You know,
Insane.
Whoa.
That's
Yeah.
what was it like working with Ed?
really, really great. I'm such a big fan of his, and it came about really unromantically. Like it was just I heard the demo. Like he was like shopping. Like I don't know if it was a song he didn't use for his record or something, but he. My A&R girl, who's amazing at RCA, had heard the song and she played it for me. She's like, Ed wrote this, and Ed had sung the demo, and so she sent it to me, and I was like, don't play that for anyone else. That's my song.
It was probably it must have been beautiful.
It's great. It's called Tattoo, and it is a beautiful song. It's kind of sad, and I was like, I want that. Like, and she called him up, and he's like, he liked the idea, and he's like, but I would like to be there when she records. So he was there. Like in the vocal booth with me, which was crazy.
Awesome.
I was like, you're Ed Sheeran, and I'm slightly nervous.
Like, okay, we mentioned Ed, Tove, and we mentioned Matthew Koma.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, 3 major names in music today. you know, when you're working with these people, like, you've obviously heard their stuff on the radio and everything. I mean, are you fans of them? Are you fans of what the music industry is today, even without Hilary Duff in it? You know?
Of course. I'm such a I love pop music.
Yeah.
I love every kind of music, to be honest. Like, if you saw my playlist, you'd be like, this girl is schizophrenic or something. Like, I just, obviously, music takes you on a ride, you know, and soothes the mood. And it does, you know, just because I wasn't making records doesn't mean I wasn't into music,
but you were listening. I mean, you must have been listening to everybody Tove, listening to Ed. I mean, the music that's being created today compared to what was being created, you know, during the first albums that you were releasing. Yeah. What do you think? I mean, a major change in pop music.
Huge change. Everything is so much more rhythmic, you know? Yeah. And I think I still don't totally like fit into that category, but it was important for me to make my record and really still sound like me. Yeah. You know, I didn't, as much as I would listen to the radio or like I love hip hop music, you know, but obviously I'm not gonna make a hip hop record. Like I
should follow your dreams.
Yeah. So you're telling me you're not gonna rap?
I mean, Drake liked my photo on Instagram the other day. So
wait, hold on.
That one.
The entire vibe just changed. What? Okay, so Drake. Okay, someone
that escalated.
The interview just moved.
You're like, I'm actually excited you're here now.
Wait, by the way, first of all, like I think like I'm being more subdued because like low key, we have cool people in here all the time, but like they're okay, but they're not Hilary Duff. You know what I mean? And like this for everybody. Being honest with you, like this was a big deal for us because when we were talking about Lizzie, we're talking about shaping people's lives and teaching people how to navigate and learning through television. Like that's how I learned. Like the reason I'm here and been behind the mic for 8 years is because I grew up on Disney Channel. You know, I grew up on Lizzie and Raven and you know even Stevens. Like that was my thing. It really was.
I think you and a lot of other children.
Yeah, well,
tweens, if you will.
Well, that's it. Like the people here, we're in the same boat, so it's pretty crazy. Mm-hmm. But someone like Drake likes a photo of yours. What do? Do you comment back? Do you like a photo back? Do you direct message him?
Ask him out. Ask him out.
Can you imagine that? What if I just showed you like a whole combo? I was like, oh, here's what happened.
We've been texting.
No, I'm like the shyest person in the whole wide world. So of course I just screen grabbed it and then like sent it to a bunch of my friends. So I was like, don't worry, Champagne Poppy. And I was like, my friend was like, what did Alicia say? She was like, oh my gosh, this is just really taking the squad to another level. Like you have upgraded our squad. Our team needs you.
We need to get a Drake like for our squad.
Yeah.
We're not even a squad without Drake.
No, we're barely a gang right now. What are we doing?
Maybe that means he wants to work with you on a song.
Oh.
His next album, maybe you can get on there.
You know what?
That'd be dope.
I'm like the shyest person ever. I would never like. I don't know. I'm the girl that screen grabs and like sends it to her friends.
But if he asked you, would you say yes?
Fuck yeah. I'd be pumped. Drake's amazing. I'm such a big fan of his.
That would be awesome.
This guy can't breathe over here. He's like,
I'm telling you, like I think it's a dream of his.
Imagine if somebody said, you know, Drake and Hilary Duff are working on a song. Nobody would expect that.
But everyone would want it.
Exactly.
That's
everyone would want that.
Has there been like any other celebrities that just like your jaw has to drop and like you have to take a second to like rethink about it, that have reached out to you or hit you up on social media or whatever? You know, weird brush-ins with celebs?
Oh gosh. Weird brush-in with celebs. I'm trying to Lauren? You I don't want to put everybody on blast right now. Like I'm gonna be telling all my secrets. I know you guys think I'm like I know.
I think she was pumped for Kid.
Who wouldn't be? I love Kid, but I don't. I think I do know a lot of people, and you know, I run into a lot of people, and always try to be myself. I don't know. I'm not like honestly. I do think, to get back on a more serious note, is part of the reason that well, I don't know how to mention this. Usually people ask me this, but people are always like, "You're so normal. Like you, like how have you been like so normal through all this?" You know, and honestly, I think that a lot of like things come into play, family, but it's like who you surround yourself with. And like I don't run in a circle of celebrities, and that's not my MO ever. Like I'm just way more casual and simple and plain, and usually when I see people I'm like, I don't want to have to like, I don't, and I'm not being rude. I'm like scared or like, and I mean I can hold my own and hang sometimes, but it's just not, but I'm a fan. I'm not like.
At what point in your career did you make that decision that you weren't going to be that person that runs with celebrities? Because I'm sure like that you have to make that decision actively. You need to actively be thinking about that.
There was definitely a specific. I don't think I made my mind up like this is how I'm going to be. It was just a learning thing for me. Was when I was coming up, like it was the like few years of the like girls feuding, hating each other, and it was like. The tabloid magazines were becoming really popular, and like the obsession with like celebrity life and who is with who, and like I know there's always been a spotlight on famous people, but like more so like right around the time that I was like coming up. So.
This was you're right. It was a different era. Like it was a different moment in time. I mean. Did you socialize with the other Disney Channel kids? Like, did you become friends? Like, what, promo day, hanging out with Shia or in that cast?
Yeah, we did.
Did you all get along? What was that vibe like between all of you?
Yeah, we all got along. Shia was always like... Shia was cool. He's just... he's always been like a little weirdo. So,
he seems so normal though.
Yeah. No, but I loved his show too, and we were always like friendly with one another, and some Raven,
of course,
which I just saw the other day. I was performing on The View, so she's like a new host on The View.
Killing it over there.
Yeah, we're all grown up now, so that was pretty much the people that...
That's like a little bit of a high school reunion-ish vibe,
Yeah.
When that happens. Now, okay, so Disney Channel, hanging out with all these people, we're talking about the active decision to make it known that you're not going to run in circles with celebrities, because I feel like you're right. That really turned you into who you are today, because as somebody who has friends in the industry and sees them making a decision to go and run with celebrities, that really, I mean, that could mean that's detrimental in the future. What do you think of celebrity life today? And you think of people who, who are currently doing what you were doing or currently doing what you're doing now. What do you think of people like Ariana or, even like the Nickelodeon thing with Jeanette McCurdy and Victoria Justice?
What's that?
They had a feud over their show Victorious.
Oh, okay.
The show coming.
I know the show, but I don't know about the feud or anything. I'm so late to the game. I'm like currently on Pinterest trying to find an activity to go like do with a bunch of pre-K kids. I'm like, can they paper mache yet? Can they plant bulbs? I don't know what I can do. I think that I think it's such a different time than when I was around, you know? So I think most part I look at them, I'm like, they're handling theirs. Like they are doing it. And I really think I look at like maybe Taylor Swift more or something and to see how like friendly she is with people and so willing to like want to give everyone a push. Like that's the kind of behavior that we should see more of.
It's special, isn't it?
Yeah. She's like, she knows that she's on top, but she's like wrapping her arms around everyone and like giving them a big push, and like that's cool. And it's amazing because when I was coming up, trying to be a singer, no one would accept me as a singer. It was just because I had so many fans that I had success touring and sold so many records. Like no one would play me on the radio. They were like, "Who is this kid on Disney who's an actress, thinks she can be a singer now?" It was hard for people to take me seriously. And now if you don't do both, like you can't make it.
Yeah, you're not going to be on the radio,
So now there's just been a huge shift where that's acceptable now to be a singer and an actress and come from Disney. Like that was unheard of for anyone to take me seriously because I came from Disney, And now it's different.
Now everyone that's on Disney also has to be a singer.
Well, they're also massive superstars.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I mean,
it was like I was like clawing to be important.
You did the dirty work for all them.
That was
If it wasn't for you, there wouldn't be a Miley, a
exactly.
Demi. Do you ever look at it like that? Like you kind of started what they're doing now?
I do, but I don't sit around and like take credit for it because every decision counts, and they're the ones guiding their careers. But I do think that I was a part of the pathway for sure.
Is that crazy to think about? That you, Hilary Duff, a little girl from Texas, first of all, not only changed the pop game, but reassessed the way we look at a superstar. That's crazy because you hit the nail on the head. If you're not doing both, then you're not getting on the radio. And that wasn't made clear until you came on the scene.
I don't know if you're giving me too much credit now, but I feel like I was a part of it, but I know I don't sit around like
twirling your hair and dreaming about it.
No, not at all. I just feel lucky to have had the career that I have and be here, I guess, but I do know that there was pivotal moments and things that made a difference. And so.
Do you like acting or singing better? Because you're both doing both again.
I am. You know what? I love being back on TV. I missed it. I think, being in people's living rooms every week. I missed being filming a show where you are really like sinking your teeth in and you're committed for a season of storylines, and it's, you never know where. With our show, it's so crazy. First of all, I feel proud to be on a show that the writing is great, and I feel like speaks to a huge age range of women. Mm-hmm. And I'm playing a character that I get to have a lot of fun with and that I relate to a lot. She's a bit of a wild child, but she cares so much and is really driven in like her work.
Yeah.
And I think that's like what your 20s is about, like you party slightly too hard, but you're still like super ambitious and like wanting to just get to where you want to go.
Yeah.
Literally to a T.
Right? You're like, okay, I'm going to deal with this hangover because I really want to be at this party right now, but tomorrow I'm going to kill it. That, and that's a really fun, more carefree life than I get to have, ever maybe have had. So that's a fun thing to play. But it's hard to choose. I think that my brain gets foggy because I obviously love being on stage and performing live, but I'm like, touring like I used to tour is not really realistic with having a child.
Yeah.
So if I had to choose long term, I would maybe choose acting.
Yeah. And I really love that show. It's really great. And I've heard like so much positive feedback about like what you said about like, I've heard so much stuff about how it's like a really great show for like, female friendship. And
yeah,
it's true. It has really good writing.
Thank you. Well, Darren Star, who's the creator of Sex and the City, is our creator and our writer and director. And he's so amazing. So the fashion is really fun. That's a good part. We film in Brooklyn, so I live in Brooklyn for the fall.
That's cool.
And New York is the best in the fall.
Oh, gorgeous, right?
Yeah, really nice. So I enjoy it, and I work with other really talented people. And the other thing that the other castmates and I have like talked about that we love about the show is like all the conflict doesn't just happen around men.
Yeah.
Like, it's not just one of those shows that's totally driven around getting the guy or like making the guy happy or what, it's really like the women's relationships are really important too.
I think that's great.
Jill's done.
She like throws the mic down.
This is over.
Okay, we have a game. Dan, do you have any more questions?
I just want to know if your son is.
He's like, when's the Drake
first of all,
happening?
I want the first demo of that when it's done, so you can email it to me. But does your son, is he old enough to understand like what you do or what you've done in the past? Have you showed him your old stuff yet or any of your new stuff?
I haven't showed him any of my old stuff. I don't know why.
Do you think he's too young to appreciate it right now?
Yes, because every time there's anything on TV that's not a cartoon, even if it's like a show or the news or something, he's like, oh, commercials. I'm like, no, just because it's not not the whole world of television is cartoons except for like he literally thinks everything's a commercial if it's not a cartoon. I'm like, you got it twisted, buddy. He likes my music and he is sweet. Like actually a Taylor Swift song came on the radio the other day and he's like, that's your song, Mom? That's your song? I was like, I wish, buddy, it's not. And he's like, oh, maybe just a different one. I'm like, yeah, he's very funny though. Like he does like my stuff and he knows some of my songs. And he, when I was away, like during press week of like my album coming out, Mike, his dad was at like a play place with him and my song came on and Mike started filming him and he's like, he had like French fries in his mouth. He was like, "That's Mom's song. That's Mom's song." And it was so like awesome. I missed him so much. I was like, dying. Or he'd be like, he'd put on like one of the shows I was performing on. And he'd be like, "Mom's on TV," and he'd be like, Mom, hi, that's mom. Like, but he wanted to say hi to me, but I wasn't really there. And
That's
so
adorable.
sweet. But he doesn't like get what I do. He doesn't know.
Are you prepared for when he gets older and all of his friends are gonna be like, "Ooh, we're going to Luca's house. Luca's mom's there." That's bound to happen. You're gonna be the hot mom.
I don't know about that. To be honest, when I go to the kids' birthday parties, I'm like, they all pounce on me, like, but not in like that way. They think I'm like a clown or something.
They're gonna be they're gonna be teenagers in no time.
I haven't thought about that yet, but maybe we can further discuss it later. You can prepare me or something. I don't know.
Please send your reports to Dan. He needs to know.
I'm sure Luca's gonna be like massively embarrassed by me.
Oh,
It's
absolutely.
just so sad.
Dan will brief you on all of the creepy teenage kids. Like, not a problem. Like, he
Hey, a lot of experience.
has you covered.
Oh no.
Gross.
Okay.
Okay, we want to play a game with you. It's called Hilary or Hilary. You know, when we first, reached out to get you on the show, and we were doing some research, and we are just like Googling and stuff, Jill and everybody realized that like you and Hillary Clinton, even though obviously two completely different fields.
Wait, do you know how to spell my name?
Hilary.
Oh, you got it. You got it.
Hillary Clinton
Little
is
test.
2 L's.
That's right.
And we found that you guys really do have some like weird similarities, but not similarities in obviously what you do in your field.
Yeah.
But like more than similarities, like kind of like when you started. Now that you guys are both doing your thing and you're coming back in a big way, you'll see. It's pretty interesting. So
Okay.
we're gonna play a game coming up in a few minutes. I think it's gonna be fun. Hilary or Hilary. But Hilary Duff, dude, Breathe In, Breathe Out. The brand new album, you got to pick it up. And TV Land, hit show, season 2 is coming of Younger. The thanks that I give to you for stopping by and hanging with us, greatly appreciated.
It's been so fun. I love when it's fun like this, honestly. Makes it
Thank
easy.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Do I call you Secretary of State, Miss Clinton? What do I call
Yeah,
you?
out of respect. Grow up is a little drastic.
We just like
It's
each
the
other.
smoke
We're
rat.
just like best friends.
We just love each other
We're
a
just
lot.
in love.